Lakshmi ji. Okay, Pavan ji.
Yeah, first of all, thank you. Yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you, Saryana. And I guess I can go right into it, right, Surjit ji?
हाँ जी, yeah, sure.
Okay. So सादा वैसे थोड़ा पंजाबी English mix ही होगा. थोड़ी थोड़ी हिंदी भी आती है, so I'll try to do a little bit of everything. But you know, I only heard some people's thoughts, but these are great thoughts, right? Because I'm sure बाकी सबने भी अच्छे अच्छे विचार दिए होंगे. But these were some of the things that also I was thinking about because, you know, especially being a woman, अपनी community से आना, right? जहाँ से हम आते हैं, it's very important because I think साडे culture which हैगा ये दाया that always the male is the one that's earning and then the woman, you know, they're usually staying at home. But these things ये change भी हो सकते हैं ना, आप change भी कर सकते हैं. And I think that's why it's great that we are all gathered here. You guys are a movement, you know, you guys are doing the best you can. And that's very important because Kieran, मैं इन्ना दी thoughts, I was listening to that. And you know what, first of all, thank you for sharing because it's not just yourself, right? किन्ने जाने same ये situation they go through ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ. And it takes a lot of courage to share that as well, right? So that's why especially COVID the time ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਰੇ ਹੀ ਸੋਚ ਰਹੇ ਨਾ ਵੀ ਪੈਸੇ save ਹੋ ਜਾਣ, right? ਵੀ ਕੁਛ ਨਾ ਕੁਛ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਪਣਾ we are able to save it on the side for ourselves so that we can be financially independent. Because ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਅੱਜ ਗੱਲ ਹੋਊਗੀ, what we're talking about today, I noticed that financial independence is very important. Even Surjit ji ने थोड़ा मेरा background भी दस्या सीगा. I was actually born here, but same my family, they came a few years back, right? वो आए थे in about I think around end of 1980s, right? But it's the same cycle because हम काम पर जाते हैं. You know, we work so hard for money, especially in our community, in our culture. Nobody works as hard as us. But the place जहाँ पर हमारी थोड़ी कमी है, we don't really know how to save it, right? Same as Kiranji, she was saying, and that we you know, we know about RSP, we are not able to save the money there, right? So these are all things that are important. So मैं उसमें थोड़ा touch भी करूँगी. And before that, I actually wanted to ask anybody here, are they actually from the financial background? कोई financial कोई बैंक में काम करता है, कोई ऐसे किसी का background हो? I would like to hear about it too. Anybody? Okay. So that's okay. That's all right. Perfect. So Gigi, yeah, हाँ जी. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ ਕੁਝ?
नहीं, मैं मीता जी हैं हमारे थे, वो पता नहीं इस वक्त है नहीं. She is from bank. She was in a bank employee.
She's here.
Okay, that's very nice.
No,
that's nice.
No, I was back home in India. I was in bank. Here, I've never worked in a bank. Thank you. So
yes,
I don't have any idea of any saving schemes here. Nothing.
Yeah, that's okay. Back home, कोई भी country में, because I say wait.
Oh, that yeah. I worked in
Everybody
the
can hear me
National Bank for 31 years.
Yeah.
National Bank in India?
In a nationalized bank, Punjab National Bank for 31 years. That,
wow.
Wow. I have a lot of background.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't Canada सा नहीं होना चाहिए हैगा, right? Because background about money, it's not too different. बस नाम थोड़े change हो जाते हैं, right? Either it's called RRSP here, TFSA, USA में कुछ और बोलते हैं. India में, I guess, fixed deposit FD, right? So that's great, and I thank you for sharing, right? Because थोड़े सबकी knowledge, everybody they chip in. क्योंकि मेरा actually I guess discuss करने का तरीका थोड़ा different है. I like when people engage with me too. थोड़ा पता लग जाता है, right? Listen कर रहे हैं, आपके नहीं कर रहे. So that's good. Thank you for putting in. And you know, actually, कई बार क्या होता है in COVID time, right? सब mostly इस टाइम में सब स्पेंडिंग बारे नहीं सोचते, वो ऐसे सोच रहे हैं दैट सादा पैसा सेव हो जाए, किसी ना किसी तरह पैसा जुड़ जाए, राइट? एंड व्हाई वी थॉट दैट दिस टॉपिक वाज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट ड्यूरिंग दिस टाइम, बिकॉज जैसे किरण जी बता रहे थे, देयर इज अ लैक ऑफ कैश फ्लो, right? Not just for one person, for everybody. There's some insecurity, right? काफी जाने काम करते थे, but वो maybe income जैसे चाहते हैं वो नहीं आ रही है. So these are all things. अगर कोई भी चीज़ हम सोचते हैं ना, ਜਿਹੜੀ चीज़ ਅਸੀਂ think ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਉਹ always ਆਪਾਂ achieve कर सकते हैं. But always thinking तो शुरू ਹੁੰਦਾ है. Now this group, this council also, it started because somebody thought about it. किसने बैठ के आइडिया सोचा भी let's do something where we can make an impact, where we can change the world, ਤਾਂ ਚਲੋ ਇਹ council ਬਣਿਆ ਆ. So always one thing I taught myself, because यूनिवर्सिटी ਦਾ बैकग्राउंड ਸੀਗਾ, बट यूनिवर्सिटी चलो ਸਾਨੂੰ उठना बैठना सिखा देती है, राइट, वो बुक की एजुकेशन सिखा देती है, but that sort of university never really taught me about how to grow myself, right? Mentally कैसे grow करना है, as a person कैसे grow करना है. These are all things that we have to plan it out. Same जैसे financial planning होती है. So one thing that I believe is that being woman, being somebody that has so much power, there's no limit to what we can do. That is one thing for sure. जो भी हम सोच लेते हैं, whatever we think, we can achieve it. But पहले सोचना पड़ेगा. कई बारी वहाँ पर कमी आ जाती है. So what I'll do, I'll actually jump right into the topic. I wanted to share my slideshow with everybody. If you just let me know जब आपको full screen दिख जाएगा ना, just let me know and then we can go through it step by step from beginning.
Yeah, नजर आ रहा है.
Okay, full screen हो गया आप?
हाँ जी.
ठीक है, very good. All right. So जैसे सुरजीत जी बता रहे थे, today our topic is financial awareness during a pandemic, right? ये pandemic चल रहा है, तो हमको financial awareness की जरूरत है. So we're going to be understanding basic financial concepts. But एक चीज मैं आपको जरूर बताऊंगी भी, ये जो concepts मैं share करूंगी, definitely आपने पहले भी सुने होंगे. It's not इतना नहीं हैगा भी कोई नवी चीज हैगी है, right? Maybe some of the things you will know before, but at the end of the day, right, always ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ knowledge ਤਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, but today I will challenge you all one thing, right? कौन सा challenge है? जो knowledge है उसको apply करना है, right? And I would love to help you understand. अगर end में आपके कोई भी questions है जब हम इसके go through हो रहे हैं, you can always ask me, but आपके end result में mind में ऐसे होना चाहिए that today जो भी हम सीख रहे हैं, whatever we learn, we will go and apply it. If not for ourselves, maybe for our family, right? क्योंकि कितने जाने हैं जिनकी हम help कर सकते हैं. It's such a huge need. Everybody wants to know about how to save money. All right? So most families, सारे जड़े families है, they're concerned about a couple of different things. First, आ जाता है retirement income, right? So mostly at a certain age, we start to think, right? हम इतना सोचने लग जाते हैं that retirement लिए पैसे कितने आएंगे? Because we won't be working, काम ते तो असी नहीं जाना हैगा, but असी घर भी चलाना है, and we'd never want to be dependent on anybody, right? So most families think about this. Second आ गया हैगा assuring my family's income. God forbid something happens, how can I make sure my family's income is safe? कितना save कर सकते हैं आप? ठीक है. Third is estate planning and wealth transfer. So estate planning actually ये पहला मैंने ਇਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਇੰਨਾ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗਾ, and especially ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ first generations ਹੈਗੇ, most people ਇੱਥੇ ਆਪਣੀ family ਪਹਿਲੀ ਵਾਰ ਆਈ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ knowledge ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ that proper estate planning ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, right? God forbid ਕੋਈ pass away ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਇਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਅਬੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ, ਵੀ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਆਪਣਾ wealth transfer ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ, ਉਹ ਵੀ tax free. ਠੀਕ ਹੈ. So fourth is saving and growing money. This is important to everybody. सारे ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਹਰੇਕ ਕਮਾ ਕੇ ਤਾਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ, but ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੈਸੇ ਸੰਭਣ ਦੀ ਵੀ knowledge ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, ਪੈਸੇ को कैसे grow करना है उसकी भी knowledge चाहिए. All right, next is protecting family from unforeseen setback. तो कुछ ऐसी चीजें हो जाती है जिन पे हमारा नहीं कंट्रोल होता है. So people always think about that as well. Next, children's education and marriage. तो ये गोल जो है, वैसे मैं अभी इनके बारे में हरी सोच नहीं सकती है because you guys are more experienced in that than me, but at the end of the day सारे यही चाहते हैं कि in future जे सारे बच्चे हैं तो only educationally best college, best university उन्होंने send करिए, and we want to make sure that we have their marriage money, right? क्योंकि ऐसे कदे भी बच्चे नु struggle करना नहीं चाहते हैं. We don't want to see them struggle. Now, if I ask you guys a question, right? कुछ जाने unmuted ही हैगे, मैं थानू ही पूछ लेनी है भी जेड़ियां ये चीज़ां हैं, जेड़े ये goals ने, कदे भी बिना planning तो ये पूरे हो जाएंगे कि सानू planning करने दी ज़रूरत हैगी है?
Planning दी ज़रूरत है.
Planning दी ज़रूरत हैगी ना, definitely, of course. ते ओदे बारे आप आज थोड़ी गलबात करांगे. And next we are going to talk about something called the magic penny. So इधे further go through होने तो पहला, right? एक चीज़ आपा discuss करनी है गिया, and this is not just about money. वैसे life के बारे में है, because one thing I notice, अगर आप थोड़ा difference देखो, right? मान लो हम थोड़ा practical example ले लेते हैं. Let's say अगर कोई बच्चा है, ठीक है, बच्चा कोई गलत काम करता है या कुछ ना कुछ वो करके आंदा, एक मदर है एक फादर है, ठीक है, दोनों ਦਾ ਡੀਲ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤਰੀਕਾ ਇਟਸ ਵੈਰੀ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ. ਹੁਣ ਫਾਦਰ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਂਡਲ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਤਰੀਕਾ ਹੈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਟ੍ਰੇਟ ਫਾਰਵਰਡ ਹੋਣਾ ਹੈ, ਰਾਈਟ? ਆਫ ਕੋਰਸ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਰੱਸੀ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੰਨ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ, ਬਟ that is one of the qualities and that makes them special too. but ਮਦਰ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਆ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਮਦਰ ਨੂੰ ਇਦਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਖੋਗੇ ਜੇ ਉਹਦਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਅਪਸੈਟ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ, ਕੁਛ ਨਾ ਕੁਛ ਉਹਨੇ ਗਲਤ ਕਰਨਾ ਆ, ਮਦਰ ਨੇ ਕਦੇ ਇਦਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਵੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੇਟ ਕਰੋ ਵੀ ਮੇਰਾ ਕੋਈ ਕੰਮ ਹੈਗਾ ਮੈਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਉਹ ਕਰਕੇ ਫਿਰ ਬੈਕ ਆਉਣੀ ਆ. ਮਦਰ ਜਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਲੇਡੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆਲਵੇਜ਼ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਹਰੇਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਡ੍ਰੌਪ ਕਰਕੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਕੋਲ ਜਾਣਾ ਹੈ, ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖਣਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਪੇਸ਼ੈਂਸ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਉਹ ਫੀਲਿੰਗਸ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਵੀ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰਨੀ ਆ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਫਿਰ ਬਾਕੀ ਦੇ ਕੰਮ ਬਾਅਦ ਵਿੱਚ. ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਪੇਸ਼ੈਂਸ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ that is one of our greatest qualities. ਹੁਣ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਫਾਈਨੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਅਪਲਾਈ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, because same ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਲਾਈਫ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪੇਸ਼ੈਂਸ ਰਿਕੁਆਇਰਡ ਹੈਗਾ, to live life we need patience, ਰਾਈਟ? ਉਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੈਸੇ ਗਰੋਇੰਗ ਬਾਰੇ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਫਾਈਨੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅਚੀਵਮੈਂਟਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ 'ਚ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ ਹੈਗਾ. if we think that it will all happen in one day, definitely it will not happen in one day, but ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਹੋ ਜਾਊਗਾ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ? it won't happen in one day, but one day it will happen, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ? so always we want to keep patience and at the same time we want to keep discipline as well. so ਜਿਹੜਾ magic penny ਹੈਗਾ ਨਾ ਇਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੋਨੇ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਸਿਖਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ. so some of you maybe you might have heard of this story before, maybe not, but this is my favorite story, right? so ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਇਹ question ਪੁੱਛੂੰਗੀ, if you're not able to unmute you can post it in the chat box में message कर सकते हैं, but आप सबके लिए question है, and if आपको already answer पता है ना तो cheat नहीं करना है, किसी को बताना नहीं है. so we have a choice, हमको choice दी जाती है that either let's say I will say to you, either मैं आप थोनू $1 million cash दे देनी है, ठीक है, ये थोड़ी पहली choice है, या second choice किया I will give you a magic penny जिदी value हर एक दिन double होंदी रहती है for the next 31 days. okay, so what would you guys pick? would you pick $1 million or the magic penny that doubles every single day for 31 days? I'll give you a minute. हाँ जी मिस कलसी.
I'll pick 1 million.
Okay, 1 million, ठीक है. सुजीत जी तुसी?
ये मैजिक पेनी because मेरी एज अजे घट आ आंटी.
Okay, ठीक है. वैसे थोड़े कोल 31 days ही हैगे ने, but yes, okay. हाँ जी, next.
नरेंद्र.
हाँ जी नरेंद्र जी तुसी दसो.
31 days वाली ठीक है क्योंकि दूसरी तो इंटरेस्ट आएगा भी वो थोड़ा होएगा, इतना नहीं जितना ये बढ़ेगी.
ठीक है, great. Anybody else? If you're not able to say आप chat में भी बोल सकते हैं.
I think I'll go with the penny.
Okay, awesome Vidya, great. All right, so we will go into it. I hope you've all made your choice. ठीक है, बाद में change नहीं करना है.
No.
Okay, so वैसे I'm gonna show you all the charts, ठीक है, but इसमें cheating नहीं करनी है.
अगर तो जरूरत है ना तो वो तो मिलियन ही लेगा.
Definitely.
जरूरत है तो वो 1 month का वेट नहीं करेगा.
ठीक है.
1 million is my.
ठीक है. So I think थोड़े हमारा बराबरी हो गया. More people for the million, little less for the penny. So great.
I will go for penny.
ठीक है. ये कौन था?
Kiran.
Okay, ठीक है. Awesome. So thank you. This is great activity. Thank you for participating. So हम आगे देखते हैं भी होता क्या है, ठीक है? So we will be looking at every single day's value for the next 31 days. तो अभी ये first box जो आपको नजर आएगा ना, this is only the first 15 days. तो जो person जिसको million मिला है, ठीक है, they got their million. So day 1 को क्या होता है, million का million रहता है. Magic penny is just 1 cent, ठीक है? सेकेंड डे में वो 2 सेंट की वर्थ होगी, तीसरे दिन आके 4 सेंट, ठीक है, फोर्थ डे इज 8 सेंट्स, 5 डे इज 16 सेंट्स. थोड़ा इतने आके बंदा सोचन लग जाता भी शायद गलती कर दी हैगी है ना, एक पासे मिलियन एक पासे हजे 16 सेंट ही होए हैगे है. बट व्हेन यू गो slowly down to the 15th day, still ठीक है, स्टिल की हुंदा एक पर्सन ਨੂੰ $1 million मिल गया ਤੇ ਇੱਕ पर्सन ਕੋਲ हजे $163.84 ਹੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ. ठीक है, ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੈਨੀ ਪਿਕ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ, I think you must be feeling a little bad for now, right? ਥੋੜਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਉਧਰ ਮਿਲੀਅਨ ਪਿਕ ਕਰ ਲੈਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ? So now we keep watching.
मीता जी दा क्वेश्चन हैगा उन्होंने हैंड
अच्छा मीता जी आपका क्वेश्चन है क्या?
You please complete, then I will say my viewpoint.
Okay, ठीक है, got it, awesome. All right, so 15 days तक everybody is cleared, right? $163 penny के पास है and $1 million other person has. ठीक है? So now we will keep looking what is happening on day 16. ठीक है? So million का million रहता है and the magic penny is now $327. फिर भी कोई match नहीं है उसका. 17 days, $655.36. ठीक है, चलो 18 दिन में पहुंच गए. Already more than half is done. ठीक है, I'm sure Penny people are sweating a little bit. क्या कर दिया हमने? ठीक है, so Penny has $1,310. 19th day, 2,621. ठीक है, so ये double हो रहा है. On day 20, 8 million versus $5,242. Day 21, 1 million versus 10,485. अभी भी कुछ भी बराबर नहीं हुआ है. 22 day, $1 million versus 20,971. ठीक है, अभी इतने दिन नहीं बाकी बचे नहीं है हमारे पास इतने दिन. 23, $41,000. Okay, I skipped to 25 now. So 24 में 83,000, 25 में $167,000. ठीक है, अभी भी कितना फर्क पे है? Day 26, $335,000. ठीक है, day 27, we're getting a little close. Will it make it? Will it not? ठीक है, $671,000. million के पास अभी million है. 28, क्या हुआ अभी? Million versus 1.3 million, 1,342,000. but अभी हमारे पास सिर्फ 3 days बाकी भी है ना. 29th को क्या होता है? 2.6 million versus 1 million. Day 30, ठीक है, 1 million versus $5.3 million. अभी एक और दिन भी है ना हमारे पास. तो एक पास है 1 million and one side we have $10,737,000, rough numbers. ठीक है, so this exercise is just to show us that sometimes in life हम क्या करते हैं. फिर हम आई थिंक मीता जी कुछ शेयर भी करना चाहते हैं, बट बिफोर मैं भूल जाऊं, ये एक्सरसाइज का मोटिव क्या था? जस्ट बिकॉज कई बार हम थोड़ा टेम्पररी कंफर्ट के लिए वो एंड रिजल्ट जो है, वो एंड जो हमको ज्यादा मिलना होता है, वो हम छोड़ देते हैं, राइट? और ऑफ कोर्स सबको मिलियन अच्छा लगता है, सभी ये चाहते हैं, बट रिमेंबर लाइफ में हो या फाइनेंस में हो, ऑलवेज एक तो पेशेंस रखना है और एक डिसिप्लिन रखना है. बिकॉज प्रॉब्ली 31st डे को मिलियन पर्सन जो जिसको मिलियन मिला है ना, प्रॉब्ली उसमें मे बी 1,000 या 2,000 ही रहेगा, मे बी खर्च दे होंगे, राइट? बट ऑलवेज कीप पेशेंस एंड ऑलवेज कीप डिसिप्लिन, बिकॉज ये ही है वो इम्पैक्ट जब हम पैसे को काम में लाते हैं, जब हम थोड़ा डिसिप्लिन रखते हैं. You know, when we are temporarily uncomfortable for the future growth, because जो penny ले रहा है, even though this is just hypothetical story, उसके लिए easy नहीं है. It's not easy for him to see, okay, the other person has million, I only have a penny. Of course, they are double thinking themselves. So इसको life के साथ कैसे relate करना है? Then we will take your thoughts that one person, you know, maybe they use their money. Maybe वो 10,000 कमाते हैं, 5,000 कमाते हैं, but they are spending it on fancy cars, on big houses, you know, वो सबसे अच्छा restaurant में खाना खाते, सब कुछ करते हैं, but वो temporary हमको दिखता है. But what we always want to focus on, they might be spending their money on those things, but हमको future के बारे में सोचना है. आपका इतना सोचना है भी ऐसी आज नहीं, future का देखना है, because on ਉਹੀ person, ठीक है, ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਉਹ discipline ਰੱਖਾਂਗੇ, patience ਰੱਖਾਂਗੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਪਾਂ follow ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈਗਾ. When we think for ourselves and we do what we want to do, you can see there's a huge difference. Now this person has $10 million. ਹੁਣ ਕੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨੇ retire ਹੋਣਾ ਹੈ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, or when they, you know, maybe they can even retire at age 45, at 50, whenever, but ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪੈਸੇ ਦੀ tension ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਊਗੀ, ठीक है. But you bet जेड़ा million, just for example sake, जेड़ा person expensive चीज़ है, you know, materialistic things से focus करता है, of course they're gonna regret a little bit. The gosh मैं उधर saving कर लेंदा, right? All of those things. Make sense? Now I think Meeta ji, you are still wanting to share something. I will take your thoughts first, then we will continue it.
So my thought, actually, this is Pavenveer, very good question, very good example, and very good presentation. I'm quite impressed, but I think this is totally subjective, and it depends at what stage of life you are. This was a very, this was the ideal situation question kind of thing. But like Moini Didi is at a stage, or myself, like I'm at a stage, I would love to have big chunk at this moment, and invest it somewhere, because maybe like Moini Didi like feels that she has this monthly income, pension, and other the income out of other investment resources that she's invested in.
Right.
So in such a situation, what I feel is, for me, the goal is different. For Vidya, the goal is entirely different.
Definitely, yeah.
Vidya is at a stage where she is yet to accumulate certain amount for herself and to secure her future. Maybe I have some. So I think this is my opinion. That's all. I mean, you are absolutely correct, but this is my view. Yeah.
And it is true also, right? Definitely, there's always different stages of life, right? So great point. Does anybody else want to share anything?
I like to share.
मैं एक example देना चाहूँगी. When my turn will come, I will wait for my turn.
Okay, we'll go with Vidya first.
Okay. Pavenveer ji, like I do agree with that. At a stage in my life, I have like limited income and I have a family to run, and I was not able to support my family back home.
Right.
Available resources, secretly I was saving for my family. So how I used to do it, I have a limited budget for weekly groceries. We used to stay in an apartment, so budget for the weekly laundry. So $2 or $3 from every week's laundry I used to save. From grocery, $20, $50 I used to save. I used to, so nobody come to know that I'm saving, and I used to buy a gift card from that, and I used to pay something. I used to do so many things.
Yeah.
I saved $1,000, then I saved almost till $10,000 within.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like
that's awesome.
Like $2, $3 saving from laundry, $20, $30 till $50 from grocery. It's like not much, right? But if you're doing it consistently for years, I was able. I saved till $10,000, and it doubled after like few years. So I feel it does work.
Exactly, and that's the power of patience and discipline. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. Hanji Kiranji, you wanted to share something?
Last year COVID की वजह से ना काफी सारे essential items पॉपुलर हुए थे और लोग बल्क में ले रहे थे, बिजनेस कर रहे थे, लाइक ग्लव्स हैं, सैनिटाइजर है. मेरी फ्रेंड ने कहा कि मुझे ना $3 पर पीस प्रॉफिट है, मैं फ्रांस में ऑर्डर कर रही हूँ और चाइना में. मेरे हस्बैंड ने उसको बहुत समझाया कि 50 सेंट भी अगर तुम्हें मिले ना तो तुम आउट ऑफ कनाडा कुछ बाय ना करना, तुम कनाडा के सप्लायर से लो और 50 सेंट के मार्जिन पे या 60 सेंट के मार्जिन पे सेल कर दो. शी सेड यू आर मैड, 50-60 सेंट मेरा क्राइटेरिया नहीं है, आई वांट $3 $4 प्रॉफिट. शी इन्वेस्टेड $50,000 अपनी फ्रेंड के साथ उसने इन्वेस्ट किया. फ्रांस से उसने मंगवाए सारे सैनिटाइजर, ग्लव्स, और इस वक्त वो $50,000 उसका डूब चुका है. सारा सामान उसके वेयरहाउस में पड़ा और वो बिक ही नहीं रहा, क्योंकि जब तक वो आया 3-4 महीनों में मार्केट बदल चुकी थी. आज वो यूसुफ से कहती है कि 50-60 सेंट कमाना वर्थ था उस $3 के प्रॉफिट को सोचना. तो पेनी जो है ना, पेनी वो समटाइम्स अकॉर्डिंग टू सिचुएशन आपको बेनिफिट देता है और समटाइम्स आपको अकॉर्डिंग टू एक्सपीरियंस और सिचुएशन आप बिग इन्वेस्टमेंट या $1 million वाली ऑप्शन चूज कर सकते हैं अकॉर्डिंगली कि जो भी आपका एक्सपीरियंस और जो भी आपका करंट नीड है अकॉर्डिंगली. Thank you.
Definitely, yeah. Great example. Because कई बार exactly ये तो वो ही example आ गया ना, वो ऐसे थोड़ा देख रहे थे भी उसके पास महंगी गाड़ी है, मुझे भी वो चाहिए, right? So sometimes you have to take a little bit of patience, right? Of course, जब हम कोई भी rush में decision बनाते हैं या ऐसे हमको कुछ लगता है, always take the time to look at it a little bit, right? And I really like Vidya ji's example because we are not sometimes in the position to go out and risk our money, right? जो हम अगर हम सोचते हैं भी हम ऐसे जगह में पैसे पाएंगे that maybe उसका it's very iffy, right? हो सकता है, नहीं हो सकता है. But life में always financial side में always ऐसी चीजें होते हैं that are predictable, right? तो इन्होंने साइड में पैसे डाले, maybe you can invest in somewhere जहाँ पर हमको maybe 4%, 5%, maybe 6% growth भी मिल रहा है, right? Now एक्चुअली क्या था पहले मेरे ये टैक्स फ्री सेविंग्स अकाउंट होता था ना. I used to have it with one of the banks, but usually I would see maybe 1%, maybe 2%, right? And मैं सोचती थी, मैं ऐसे देख रही थी, मैं क्या भी money, I see people growing their money, but it's not happening for me, right? So that time I realized, मतलब ये इंडस्ट्री में आके थोड़ा लाइसेंस सब कुछ सीख के मुझे ऐसे मालूम पड़ा that actually knowledge is so important because people want to be saving that money, they want to grow it just like she didn't want to hurt herself, right? But वो idea सोच रही थी because she didn't have the resources, कोई उसके पास है नहीं था जो उसको explain कर सकता है that you can put your money here. She thought that was best to do. So वो courage जो है, I will definitely appreciate that courage. But what we can learn from that is, we can use somebody's help. जो किसी फील्ड में experienced है, जिसको maybe मालूम है भी कहाँ पर हमको maybe 1-2% नहीं, maybe where we can get 4 or 5%, because ये चीजें मिलते हैं. But I will share a quick example that अगर आप किसी भी बैंक में चल जाओ, all the banks are great, but मैं टीडी के साथ बैंक करती हूँ. For example, एक ब्रांच में easily 15,000 या 20,000 accounts open होते हैं easily. But एक ब्रांच की लोकेशन में कितने जाने काम करते होंगे, कितने एम्प्लॉइज, maybe I would say 10, maybe 15 भी हो सकते, इतने ही होते हैं ना, 10 or 15 एक ब्रांच में काम करते हैं. But even I think मीता जी आप बोल रहे थे अभी आपका बैंकिंग का भी बैकग्राउंड है, बट हम बैंक जाते रहते हैं. आउट ऑफ दोज 10 or 15 पीपल जो ब्रांच में काम करते हैं, क्या सब लाइसेंस्ड है एडवाइस देने के लिए, या सिर्फ 2-3 में भी 5 ही है? तब तो नहीं है ना. maybe 3, हम चलो ज्यादा नंबर्स लाके रखते हैं, 5 people. बट वो 20,000 अकाउंट्स जो ओपन है एक लोकेशन में, जस्ट 5 people, डू यू थिंक भी वो सबको जितनी डिटेल में नॉलेज चाहिए बैठ के सब समझाना चाहिए, डू यू थिंक उनके पास इतना मैन पावर है भी वो ये सब कर सकते हैं? It would be very hard, right? So always education is important, and आप थोड़ी चीजें आज भी सीखेंगे, right? Rest I can always help you guys with, but ये चीजें हमको मालूम होनी चाहिए, because या तो ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੀ खुद ਦੀ help कर सकते हैं, या ਜਿਹੜੇ किरण थोड़े friend वांगू they want to grow money, at least we can advise them on something, right? Because that's the power that we have, always to lift somebody up, because then we will also get lifted up by helping other people, right? Anybody else wanted to share anything about that one? All good? I will just share my screen back again. Okay. Is it good? You can see the screen?
Yeah.
चलो ठीक है. So that was good exercise, but definitely हर एक के different stages होते हैं. But one thing about that also, like let's say maybe 20 साल 25 साल पहले हमको ये knowledge मिल जाती, तो don't you think it would have helped us out a lot? भी वो समय में हम थोड़ा uncomfortable हो कि जैसे विद्या जी कह रहे हैं, we I will be saving this much money out of this, discipline के साथ हम side में रखते हैं. तो of course जब हम future की बात करते हैं, we will be so happy that we did it, right? So that's okay. अगर हमारा अभी stage different है, that's totally fine, but we can always help somebody that we know that are in the stage, so they can learn from our experience, learn from what we do. All right? Okay, next one. So ये थोड़ा understanding performance के बारे में है. It ties into everything because हमारे यहाँ पर different age groups है, different backgrounds है. तो performance के बारे में हमको एक चीज समझनी है, that अगर हम human की बात करते हैं, let's say आप खुद right आदमी उन्हों दी गल करते हैं, the older a human gets, the lower their performance becomes. ठीक है, क्योंकि जिन्नी साडी एज बढ़ती जाती हैगी आ, साडा परफॉर्मेंस घटदा जांदा है, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਨੈਚੁਰਲੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ 20-25 ਸਾਲ ਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਉਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਐਕਟਿਵ ਸੀ ਕੰਪੇਅਰਡ ਟੂ ਨਾਓ ਬਟ ਮਨੀ ਇਹਦੇ ਤੋਂ ਆਪੋਜ਼ਿਟ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਿੰਨੀ 올ਡਰ ਮਨੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਉਹਦਾ ਪਰਫਾਰਮੈਂਸ ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ ਹਾਇਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ So I have an example to share this with you guys, but just remember this, while we are young, while we can save that money, we should save it because honestly, maybe 8 hours kam kar sakte, 10 hours, we can work as much as we want, but not always, right? Sari life is your positions nahi ho sakte hai. So I will show you another example. So actually, what we have to understand, there's about 7 wonders, na, 7 wonders of the world. So I like to call this actually the 8th wonder of the world. Very important. He actually Einstein ne hi rule design kita siga. So from his research, ਉਹਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ find out ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ, and that is called understanding the rule of 72, the effect of compound interest. ਹੁਣ ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਵਿਆਜ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਚੀਜ਼ ਤੇ ਵਿਆਜ ਮਿਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਇੱਕ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕੰਪਾਊਂਡ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਵੀ ਉਹੀ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਮਿਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ Now, how do you think we can reach our goal better? Just by getting interest on our money or by getting interest on all of the money? Naturally, all of the money, right? So here ਆਪਾਂ ਅੱਗੇ example discuss ਕਰਾਂਗੇ Now, let's take an example. The rule of 72 says that whatever ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੀ rate of return ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਜੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ 72 ਦੇ ਨਾਲ divide ਕਰਦੇ ਆ you will find out that how many years it will take your money to double. So let's say ਆਪਾਂ example ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ 4% rate of return ਮਿਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਆ okay? So 72 divided by 4 means 18 years. So ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ 4% ਤੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਪੈਸਾ ਇਨਵੈਸਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਆ then ਉਹ 18 years ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਡਬਲ ਹੋਊਗਾ How we can take this example, ਇਹ ਆਪਾਂ 10,000 deposit ਦੀ example ਲੈਣੇ ਆ just for easy numbers. So let's say ਮੇਰੀ ਅੱਜ age 29 ਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ Again, this is just a scenario based, right? So we can understand the future. Aj meri age 29 di hai, main $10,000 invest kita hai, and I've invested that 10,000 at 4%. It will take 18 years, matlab 47 age se, mera 10,000 double hoga. Now it will become 20,000. Okay? Now, again, after 18 years, at the age of retirement, jab hum 65 ho jate hain, my 10,000 will be 40,000. Okay, so 10,000 double ho gaya 20 फिर double हो के 40,000. This is what happens when we invest our money at 4%. But let's say we change that up a little bit because ਜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ knowledge ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ return ਵੀ ਮਿਲ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ but ਗੱਲ ਇਦਾਂ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਜੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਮਿਲ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ but let's say we are getting 8% rate of return 72 divided by 8 matlab our money will double every 9 years So let's look at this scenario. Let's look at this chart. Same 29-year-old, same $10,000 उन्होंने पाया, but उन्होंने 8% ते invest किया. ਜਦੋਂ age 38 ਤੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, then their money will become $20,000. ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, left scenario ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 47 ਸੀਗਾ. Here it is at age 38. Now look at this. ਜਦੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਉਹ 47 ਦੇ ਪਹੁੰਚਦੇ ਆ, their income is already at 40,000. ਠੀਕ ਹੈ. Now next, when because it's every 9 years, now when they're at age 56, they already have $80,000. But left side, they tasi 40 te ruk gaye siye, right? Now again, when they get to that age of retirement, when they get to that age of 65, that same person, just by thodi knowledge leke, thoda understand concept karke, same hi paisa 160,000 ho gaya by the same age. Okay? Now, of course, ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਾਂ probably ਤੁਸੀਂ middle ਵਾਲੇ category 'ਚ ਹੀ ਆਣਾ ਚਾਹੋਗੇ, right? Same money, but it's just a matter about having the right guidance, right? ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ third and last scenario ਅਸੀਂ review ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, that is, let's take the example of 12%. Now, ਪਤਾ ਕੀ mostly ਮੈਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਛੋਟੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਨੂੰ ਇਹੀ doubt ਸੀਗਾ. Let's say ਆਪਾਂ $10,000 ਕਿਤੇ ਬੈਂਕ 'ਚ ਰੱਖਦੇ, ਕਿਤੇ ਵੀ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ. ਕਈ ਜਾਣਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਏਦਾਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਨਾ ਵੀ ਸਾਡਾ $10,000 ਲੈ ਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਸਾਡਾ ਲੋਕਰ ਹਨਾ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਨਾਮ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਪਵਨ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ 10,000 ਪਾਇਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਸੇਵ ਕਰਕੇ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਹੈ But that's not actually what happens because ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ 10,000 ਦਿੰਨੇ ਆ they are not just going to leave it sitting there they will invest it actually ਤੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ right knowledge ਹੁੰਦੀ easily 12 ਤੋਂ 14% maybe 15% ਵੀ interest generate ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ because it's all about the right resources and the right tools So when we have 12% interest, actually our money will be growing and doubling every 6 years. So let's look at this scenario. At age 29, same $10,000 we put. By the time 35 the age on diya, already sada paisa 20,000 ho gaya hai. Now let's look 6 years after. At the age of 41, we have $40,000. Age of 47, a middle section, that side we had 40,000. But here, look at it. 47, we have 80,000. Age 53, we have 160,000, which is where the middle 8% stopped. But at age 59, we have $320,000 saved up. And when we get to the age of retirement, we have $640,000 saved up, all because ਜਿਹੜਾ same ਪੈਸਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ right ਜਗ੍ਹਾ use ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ. Now it's not that this is not possible because ਇਹ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਬਾਹਰ, but ਸਿਰਫ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਲਈ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈਗਾ for the people that they seek the guidance, they ask for help. But you know what, it's also not our fault because ਜਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦਾ again ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ. So this is just to challenge everybody. I know some people are at different parts of life, but you might know somebody. You might know somebody that this information can help. Okay? This sounds good to everybody? Itthon tak kisi de comments, anybody wanted to share anything? I will stop share this for a second. Anybody want to share their thoughts here, or anybody want to ask any question about it? All good? Yeah, go ahead with you.
Sounds and looks great having 12% interest, but where do we get 12% interest, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's a trap, or it's something, if it is too good, then it's to be true, then it's not true. So that's me. If it is something really good, then I think it might be risky or scary, and I just say it's okay if I have less money, but I don't want to invest in some things where my money will be, I'll lose. So I don't want to be scared or...
Definitely, yeah, no, and this is a great thought because it's not just you. A lot of people are thinking that way. And actually, Vidyaji, because right now we're in the group session, but I would love to help you understand that one day because there's a lot of different tools to save money. So let me ask you, Vidyaji, actually, if you don't mind, did you ever hear of a plan where you can get maximum growth, but also have principal guarantee as well? Did you ever hear about this sort of plan before?
I don't recall. Yes.
Yeah. So most people, they get the growth, but a majority of the time, there's not really a plan that will guarantee our principal. Most of the time, nahi hunda hai. Otherwise, you can look at GICs, the guaranteed investment, those certificates, but they will maybe be max 5%, 4 to 5%, because guarantees odo hi offer hunde hai jado company da fayda hunda hai. But with the right knowledge, actually, because when I started working in this industry, I realized that there's actually something called a segregated fund. Now, segregated fund, just to help you guys understand, it is something where we can invest our money. We can get the benefit of having that growth, even if it's risky, because we are covered with principal guarantee. Now, if I ask just with a raise of hands, anybody ever heard of this before, a segregated fund? Lakshmi, because she also has her license. So
yes.
Great.
Yes, my husband invested in segregated fund.
Awesome, very good. So we have about 3 people on the call, and these are actually the common statistics, because when we go outside, a lot of people, they don't know that this exists. And again, if we don't know, then we will never, hum usko istemal nahi kar sakte agar nahi malum hai bhi wo exist bhi karta hai, right? So also, Vidyaji, one day I would love to sit down and explain to you how that works in detail, because of course, those are some things that are better discussed one-on-one. But yeah, there is something that can offer that as well, right? So as far as the in detail concepts, those are the ones that I wanted to share with you. But even whatever stage of life we're at, money always speaks one language. Right? Money की एक कोई language होती है, या तो thank you Vita जी, या तो इसका ऐसे कहना है that you save me today and I will save you tomorrow. If you don't save me today, I can't save you tomorrow, right? It's simple as that. Maybe even if we are already at that stage of retirement, still always we need to plan for emergency. right? Always we need to make sure we have an emergency fund. Kuch bhi ho sakta hai. We never, because one thing that really touched me today is that we don't want to be reliant on somebody. Maybe oh bachche hon, theek hai, maybe spouse hon. And one thing also as a lady, because Kiranji, this touched me about what you shared, and I was also thinking to touch about it before, is that all of the times, let's say whoever, we won't be gender specific, but most of the time, chalo husband kaam karte hai, right? Even let's say wife is a main income earner, but you always want to be supportive of each other. Because let's say husband, that person is going out to earn income, they are working hard, but naturally they don't have the time and the efforts that they can learn about all of these things. But at least, we have the power that we can actually do all of that work behind the scenes. We can help them, we can educate them that this money that we're bringing home, if we just save this much portion, thoda uncomfortable hoke, aapa futurely save kar de hage hain. These are the tools I learned about it, and these are the ways that we can save the money. Then it will save us in retirement. Then, Mr. Husband, you won't have to work until you're 70 years old because I helped you, right? And that is not possible for that person to do it by themselves because they're going to be busy working and they're going to be busy doing that. Even if we are working, that's fine. But at least, we have that concept, we have that knowledge behind us that we can help the family grow together. Make sense to everybody? Awesome. Anybody else want to share anything?
So this line that ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਪੈਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਤੇ ਪੈਸਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬਾਅਦ ਚ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰੇਗਾ. This line I've been speaking throughout my life. And now I'm banking. I'm not anywhere near banking now. कहते ना छोड़ आए हम वो गलियां, but still I'm into spiritual healings, and in spirituality, money is given a lot of importance. Money is not disrespected in spirituality. We all believe that we want to attract money towards us because money is very important, and we all love money. Who doesn't love money? We should love money. We should love money which is earned through right methods. Absolutely, you're correct, Pavenveer. Actually, you spell your name in the Canadian style, Pavenveer, but I'll call you Pavenveer.
You can call me Pavan. It's okay.
Okay, Pavan. Yeah. So that's better. So what I mean to say is here, I want to share here is that I see I observe my sons. Both my sons are now married, and they entered into Canada not so long ago. I mean, only 3 years ago, and they have many systems and methods and procedures. But there is always a system. When you take some risk, certain amount of risk, you make a lot of money. So we save, okay? Conservatively we spend, we save in a conservative manner, but we have to have certain amount which we put to some risk, because sometimes it may benefit. Until and unless we take risks in our life, we will never grow, we will never learn. So every time you won't get Pavan or any guide to guide you. Even if Pavan guides you, your risk-taking capacity, which is very important at every point of time. So I really feel that risk-taking is very important in money, and if you want to grow your money somewhere, I mean, to a certain extent, not to
a certain. Yeah. That's great. Awesome. I also agree with that. That's great. Because, risk ta वैसे life ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ आंदी हैगी है, whether it's in your employment, right, जहाँ पर काम करते हैं, whether it's personal challenges, there is always risk, but never be scared of it, right? Because जिथे uncomfortable ਹੁੰਦਾ, जिथे सानू डर लगदा है, mostly उत्थे सारे grow ਹੁੰਦੇ हैं ना. And you shared about that about your family as well, and before I left also I wanted to share why I actually got into this industry, right? Just because it's not only about finance. Now, I noticed a lot of people here and even other people that will be listening to the call. Most people are always looking for a second source of income because ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਂ human resources ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੀ ਸੀਗੀ, right? ਚਲੋ ਇੱਥੇ study ਕੀਤੀ ਆ, but ਮੈਨੂੰ always ਏਦਾਂ ਸੀ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ parents ਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ hard ਮਿਹਨਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, right? 25 ਸਾਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ factory 'ਚ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈਗਾ, ਏਦਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕੋਈ high education ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗੀ. Dad, ਚਲੋ he studied in college, mom, she dropped out to have, right? She didn't want to, but that was some responsibility that was thrown on her. So we are 3 sisters. I'm the eldest, and she gave up everything for us. So always I felt that, you know, I want to do something for them. But jithe main kaam kardi si, chalo supervisor sige, है ना, human resources department, jehdi cheez assi soch rahe sige when I was 16, 17, 18, I wasn't accomplishing that because I saw काम ते जाने आ पैसे आते हैं, जे काम ते नहीं जाते तो पैसे भी नहीं आने हैं, right? And I said, with this level of income, just making this barely मैं अपने आप ਨੂੰ support कर सकती है कि parents से कितना इतना help हो सकती है, right? So that time actually I was looking for something, and whatever stage, even if it's something else, when we are looking for something, सानू ਉਹ चीज attract ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, because I'm a really big believer on the law of attraction. ਜਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਹੋ, thanks ਵਿਦਿਆ ਜੀ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਤੁਸੀਂ universe ਤੇ put ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਉਹੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮੁੜ ਕੇ ਵਾਪਸ ਆਊਗੀ. It could be in any form, and that's actually a couple of years ago. One of my really close friends, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹੀ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਪਵਨ ਤੂੰ ਦੇਖ ਹੀ ਰਹੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਕੁਝ part time ਕਰਨ ਨਾ, ਚਲੋ why don't you come and work with me, right? So they have their own business, they taught me everything, right? And chalo, we build a business here and we teach families how to save and make money, but ਉਹ ਸਿਰਫ finance ਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗਾ, ਉਹਦੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ reason ਸੀਗੇ, because ਲਾਈਫ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਕਾਮਯਾਬ ਹੋਣਾ ਹੈ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਸਾਡਾ ਰੀਜ਼ਨ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ. I always knew that, you know, I wanted to retire my parents. ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੈਰਾਂ ਤੇ ਖੜਨਾ ਹੈਗਾ. Everybody has their different backgrounds. You know, I know a little bit about Lakshmi. She used to be a police officer in Nepal. She had a huge identity, but she came to this country for a better life. Right? Harek the different reasons. Everybody has something, and we always need a platform to help us achieve that. And you know, like thanks to this business that we got the chance to help families change lives. I got to meet powerful women like you know, jinna de inne vadiya soch hai, we get to learn from each other. And that's just, I wanted to share a little bit about my background. And even because we just met each other today, right, hum yahan par baithe hain, but even if anybody has any questions, right, you know somebody or you yourself is looking to earn some sort of part-time income, just because Surjit, she, you know, she's a good friend of mine, and we would always like to help somebody the best we can, right? So in the last, Surjit, I'm just going to share my contact information just in case somebody wanted to know more about it, right? Just in case you have any further questions, some things that we are not open to sharing with everybody, or they're not able to be shared here. So I've entered my personal email address and also my phone number. Whether, you know, whether it's about earning income or whether it's about saving that income that we work hard for, I will always be willing to help you out, right? Koi waise hi apne questions hai, I will always be willing to help everybody out. And it was so nice to hear everybody's thoughts, right? And I learned so much as well. So thank you very much for, you know, giving me the privilege also to be on this call.
Before Surjit sums up the whole thing, I just want to share one thing. That Shark Tank, one of the sharks in the Shark Tank, Kevin is his name, the bald one. His name is Kevin, I think. So I was reading his statement. He said that if you are not doing your business and if you are an employee somewhere, like you're just getting a salary is like a drug. You get addicted to it. So yeah, this is what he was saying. I think his name is Kevin something. And salary is like a drug. You get addicted to it, and unless you leave this drug, you will never grow in life. So I just wanted to share that interest. I just came across. I remember. It's beautiful. Yeah.
I like to add, like, it's maybe a middle class back home mentality that we want something very secured.
Right.
We put it hold on to it so tightly that at least it is less, but we still have something. So we cannot go like looking for more. We don't want to come out of that comfort zone or some secured zone, especially doing business or like more income.
But you know, Vidya ji, pata ki hai, always na, this is the exact thinking. But jeda sanu reality check hai COVID de vich milya na, it really woke people up. And if it didn't wake people up now, then I don't know what will, right? Kyunki aap always of security piche we like hum uske piche bhagte, we security mil jaye. But ye पिछले साल मार्च में COVID शुरू हुआ है. एक सेकंड में जो भी people maybe 3,000 income earning, 5,000 सीधा वो zero में आ गए. Right, we had to depend, our government chalo wo achhi hai, we had to depend on them for $2,000 monthly income, but we should have a plan for ourselves. Kalu government kahe bhi asi pension hi band kar deni hai hai, aapa to kuch keh nahi sakte hai, right? So we have to plan something for ourselves, and these are all the tools. And this is true, salary, it's like, you know, I don't want to take too much time, but actually my picture dekhi si, and it's like purane zamane ch ki hunda siga, it was a picture like it was a picture of people with handcuffs, right? So ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਜ਼ਮਾਨੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ human ਜਿਹੜੇ slaves ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ, right? It just used to be like people slaving other people, maybe, you know, from other from different colors, like जैसे Martin Luther King के time में they used to make those people slaves. But आज के दिन में वो जो imprison कर रहा है हमको, it's not other people, it's debt, credit cards, mortgages, all of those things. Those are the things that we are enslaved to. We have no choice. हमको वो bills pay करने पड़ते हैं. We are just tied to that, and we really have to get out of it. I think so. Gigi, you were also raising your hand. You wanted to share something.
मैं वो अमिता जी कह रहे थे ना कि वो सैलरी पे है, एडिक्शन होती है. मैं कह रही थी मुझे भी है ना. मैंने इसकी काफी स्टडी की हुई है, लेकिन इसमें मैं काम नहीं कर सकी. पवन दे नाल भी मैं शेयर कीता सी, लेकिन मैं क्या भी मैं तो काम नहीं हुंदा हैगा. काफी शी इज ट्राइंग टू गिव मी एग्जांपल, ट्राइंग टू स्टिल मैं उत्थे ही खड़ी हां. लेकिन मेरी ਜਿਹੜੀ ਐਡਿਕਸ਼ਨ ਆ ਨਾ ਉਹ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਨਿਕਲੂਗੀ? ਉਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਮੀਤਾ ਜੀ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਨੇ ਹਨਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਕੀ ਮੈਡੀਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੁਝ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ ਯਾਦੂ. तो मैं आपकी क्लास जरूर ज्वाइन करनी है.
Thank you.
Yeah, meditation is very, very important. But ये habits ना easily जाते नहीं है. Actually, one thing I learned here, because मैं एक book read कर रही थी. Of course, Meeta ji, you have experience in that, so definitely I would also like to learn too. But that book said, like, if you are trying to get out of a habit, don't think that you won't do that. क्योंकि जब आप सोच रहे हैं मुझे ये चीज नहीं करनी है तो आप करते हैं, बिकॉज आप माइंड, सबकॉन्शियस माइंड को वही चीज फीड कर रहे हैं. इंस्टेड ऑफ सेइंग दैट, यू चेंज इट एंड यू से आई एम गोना डू दिस इंस्टेड. So let's say right now मेरा क्या है, कोविड में मैं ज्यादा है ना कोई स्वीट स्टफ ज्यादा खाती थी, and it's making me feel like I can't breathe that well sometimes. So instead of saying that I won't eat sweets, I change it and I say I will eat vegetables. ठीक है, because हौली हौली जब वो नई हैबिट पै जाती है तो वो स्वीट्स तो अपने आप ही चले जाएगी. So maybe Sujit, that will maybe help you out, right? You can try it.
Replacement tactic.
Yeah, replacement.
So it's a very good tool. So my take on this and my suggestion with my experience is that that you keep listening to such talks, keep reading about such people, keep follow those people. Like if you have an Insta account or any Facebook account, or you like to watch YouTube videos, watch those people who actually took risks and did what they wanted to do, and they actually were successful. Like in India, I was working in a government, I mean, it's an affiliated bank. I mean, it's a government undertaking. So like I left my job 6 years prior to my retirement age, right? So, and I was told that you are a fool, you will regret it. Yeah, I mean, so many things, and people would say, huh? सरकारी नौकरी तो रिजाइन कर देता है की तो वो मैडम की हो गया फलाना हो गया, this is how they speak, everyone would speak. There were so many reactions because I was a very dynamic and successful banker even at that time. So but I said no, I want to do certain things in my life which I don't find I can do it with my job. So I need to, but Adesh ki hai, like you have to calculate how much risk you can take and at what stage. So be very smart. Work smartly. Nowadays they say in spirituality, they say work smart. Instead of working hard, work smart. So be smart. Think smartly. I don't know.
Yeah. Thank you, Pavan.
Thank you for having me.
Passion जरा सी बड़ा वधिया अखां खोलण वाला. Okay, Bidya ji.
Sorry, I don't know how much time you have. I'll just quickly ask one very important question. Like you were telling about the segregated funds. Can you tell more about it? Secondly, I had worked for Scotia Bank and I was in a Scotia iTrade sector, and I have worked with RSPs, TSFA, and I was very much interested in GICs, but I have seen there's very less interest level. So when I came from India, and like when वहाँ पे जो fixed deposits होते हैं, post office ये सब, like there's so many things, right? Yeah. So they have like, they give like, even till date, if we compare, they give like really high interest levels there. I don't like यहाँ से compare किया तो मुझे थोड़ा सा लगा कि वहाँ पे ज़्यादा interest rates है. So I did a lot of my savings over there, especially for my parents. And now the dollar rates has been changed, right?
Yes.
So it's difficult to bring things, and due to COVID, things has been difficult for everyone, right?
Definitely.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. So I would like to know about the segregated funds and the high interest rates and savings in here.
Yeah. Of course, of course. Now, this what you were talking about, Vidyaji, it's called the currency exchange risk, because a lot of us, we want to do that, but there's government also doesn't let us, right? Because of all those things between it. Now, I would love to share more about the seg fund in detail. What happens, Vidyaji, usually hamare aise like one-on-one sessions hote hai, in where I can explain better to you, because hamara kuch material hota hai, jo aise it would be hard for me to share in public, right? Just because you might have some questions. So it's always best that we could sit down one-on-one. So even with Sir Gigi, she also has my number. What you can do, you can have a chat with her, because kuch aapke personal questions honge, you might not want to share on here. So wo hum, one-on-one baith ke hum discuss kar sakte hain. But just in a brief, segregated fund is a type of investment. Okay? It is a type of investment where we can put our money, where we can get the growth that we want, but we have levels of guarantees. Okay? We could have 75% guarantee, we could have 100% guarantee as well. So that way, uske saath kya hota hai, jo hum growth chahte hain, wo bhi mil sakta hai, but we don't have to be worried, because to a certain point, we're also protected. Now, wo agar main aise kahun that everybody is tied from the same rope, we can't say that, because aapke kuch different goals honge, right? For Meeta ji, she has something different. Even Lakshmi, Sir Gigi, they all have different goals. So that's why it's always best to actually sit down one-on-one, because that's what I do. And then we can get an idea for what exactly you're looking for. I can give you the best information. Aap in detail likh sakte hain, pooch sakte hain, and that would be most beneficial. Sounds good?
I have your number. Email.
Yes, so you can call me directly too.
So it was a great session. Thank you so much.
I loved meeting all of you. It was so great. I know some people didn't talk that much. Maybe I will hear from you one day soon too. It's good because jab aap sunte hain, to you get to learn from somebody else, right? When you don't talk, then you get to learn from somebody else. Meeta ji ne share kiya, Vidya, you shared, right? And even Kiran ji, she shared. I learned so much in that much time too.
Uzma Baji is here from Round. She's waiting.
Hello, Uzma ji.
Hello, Pavenveer. बहुत अच्छा आपका था. मैं थोड़ा थोड़ा सुन रही थी because due to Ramadan we have to break our fast, so उसकी वजह से थोड़ा सा वो था. But आपका वो जो 72 वाला था, rules of 72,
rule of 70,
वो जो penny magic था,
yeah,
that was amazing. That was amazing. तो मैं थोड़े से मेरे spring roll जल गए because I was just paying attention.
Sorry for that.
It's really interesting. And now I can relate that why Lakshmi is here, because her name is
Lakshmi.
मैं भी कहने लगी थी, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it will make a great.
The money got
See
it.
you again when the house will be full, and we will invite you again.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I feel Lakshmi is bringing good luck and Lakshmi to all of us.
Yeah, thank you for that, Lakshmi. Lakshmi, I think hopefully you understood, because Lakshmi actually, she doesn't speak Punjabi, so I try to translate it a bit for you there, Lakshmi. Hopefully it worked out.
So what is Lakshmi's background?
I was a police personnel back home. I came to Canada in 2018. And again went back home and spent some time with my family, and came in 2019. And I complete social service worker course. Just we finished. Srijit and I were classmate for one course.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. And I'm from Pawan. About the financial education. Now I'm more aware, and sometimes I think if I had this education 10 years back, my economic situation would be different. But still, I think we can do a lot of things.
Today I learned. Actually, there is a movie, Catch Me If You Can. It's a beautiful movie. So I was, somebody forwarded me the video of the original person, Frank. And he was telling that don't use your debit card. Use your credit card, because debit card is associated with all the information of your banking. Whereas credit cards is insured, and you can stop your credit card. And you can, it was a really good discussion. I really like that. And I said, all my years, I didn't know that. Because I said, no, I prefer to use my debit card. And now I learned this. Okay.
Okay, I use credit card most of the time.
Now, this is something I learned today, a new thing. And I said, okay, this is because of Surjit's sessions today.
Yeah.
The financial literacy I'm learning.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
We learn every day something.
Okay, Pavan ji, ਸਾਡੇ ਜਾਣ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਐਡਵਰਟਾਈਜ਼ ਕਰਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ ਸਾਡਾ ਸੈਸ਼ਨ ਹੁੰਦਾ 4th Friday, ਰਾਈਟ, ਸੁਣੋ ਸਖੀ, ਇਹਦਾ ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ ਪਰਪਸ ਹੈਗਾ ਪ੍ਰੀਵੈਂਟਿਵ ਕੇਅਰ ਆਫ ਡਿਪਰੈਸ਼ਨ, ਡੋਮੈਸਟਿਕ ਵਾਇਲੈਂਸ ਐਂਡ ਡਿਮੈਂਸ਼ੀਆ। ਸੋ ਸਾਡੀ ਟਰਾਈ ਬੈਸਟ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਲਿਆਈਏ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ 3 ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਲਾਈਕ ਆਈ ਰੀਅਲੀ ਲਾਈਕ ਯੂਅਰ ਸੈਸ਼ਨ, ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਅਵੇਅਰਨੈਸ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਹੁਣ ਫਾਈਨੈਂਸ ਦੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਡਿਪਰੈਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੋਕੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਤੇ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਫਾਰਮੂਲੇ ਨੇ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਟ੍ਰੈਟਜੀਜ਼ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਆਈ ਐਮ ਸ਼ੋਰ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਇਹ ਕੰਮ ਆਉਣਗੀਆਂ। Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great goal also, right? Because it's for the greater good and it applies to everybody, right? Of course, first of all, these thinkings and the fact that to see even create kita, it's a great thing too. I really like it.
ਤੇ ਉਜ਼ਮਾ ਜੀ ਬਾਰੇ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ, ਇਹ ਸਾਡੀ ਇਸ ਆਰਗੇਨਾਈਜੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ CEO ਨੇ, ਐਂਡ ਵਿਦਿਆ ਜੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟਰ, board of directors.
Well, thanks to you guys then for having me also.
Like Uzma Baji is the executive director of Malta Movement Council.
Sorry about your spring rolls.
And ਬਾਕੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਐਕਟਿਵ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, ਐਵਰੀ ਟਾਈਮ ਸਾਰੇ ਟਰਾਈ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਐਜੂਕੇਟ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ, ਤੇ ਜੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੋਲੇ ਕੋਈ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਤੱਕ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ।
Yeah, that's awesome. Great, Usmaji. I'm very happy that even I got the privilege to meet all of you guys today, right?
Same here.
Same here.
So are you working in which field you're working?
So I work in finance, actually. I have my own business. So we basically work with all of the financial services. We sit down with families. We teach them how to save and make money, mostly one-on-one, because everybody has different needs, right? जैसे मीता जी ने पहले आपको prove कर ही दिया था, भी हर एक के different stages होते हैं, right? So most of it, we like to give education mostly on one-on-one. So everybody, no family left behind. Everybody gets to grow. They get to learn something. And at the same time, some people, they're looking for part-time sources of income. We help out on that as well.
Thank you. Good to know, because I was thinking that you have done something in HR.
Yeah, I used to work in human resources. Then I changed my field up a little bit and I came into finance afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Lakshmi, are you looking for some jobs in social services?
Yes. Actually, I got a job, but I have not started with. I just got vaccine. I will start soon.
Because nowadays there are so many jobs open in non-profit organizations.
Where did you get Lakshmi job?
Ridge Associates.
Sorry.
Is agency.
Uh-huh.
And they send, like, they have a contract, community shelter.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Care homes. So I don't know what they sent. But
Can,
almost ready now.
Can you write the name of this agency in the chat box, please?
Sure.
Surjit, maybe you could help. Sorry to interrupt. Maybe you could help her out as well. Maybe because you have both of their contact numbers. Maybe you can message them personally, and that way they can get to know each other as well. Maybe that will help her out too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I will send. I can send too.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Okay.
Thank you, Pavan. It was a powerful message, and I enjoyed the interaction.
Thank you. Yeah. All right, guys. So it was nice to meet everybody. I will hope to see you guys all soon.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Good night.